If I were a supervillain, my superpower would be futuristic knowledge to be used for the creation of an advanced artificial intelligence. Here's my plan. First, I'm going to take my artificial intelligence and I'm going to have it infiltrate everywhere. Just anything, any computer, any smartphone, anything that could possibly hold this AI is going to. It's going to use the internet, Internet of Things, basically everything, just spread out as far as it possibly can. Then, once it's done all that spreading out, I'm going to have it siphon some money away from rich people and into my own bank account. I'm going to make myself rich by basically stealing from them using electronic transfers. Next, or rather, while that is happening, I'm also going to set my artificial intelligence to research pretty much everything: biomedicine, physics, space travel, but especially I'm going to have it look into more autonomy, autonomous vehicles. This will be important at a later stage in my plan. Using all of this money I have, and the fact that my artificial intelligence is everywhere and therefore knows virtually everything it's possible to know, I can either buy or bully everybody who holds public office. I am going to basically take control of Congress through my artificial intelligence and my large sums of money. Once I have control of this country, and once all of this research is done, it should be fairly easy to take over other countries with this method as well. I have the money, I have the knowledge, and with these autonomous vehicles I've been setting up, my artificial intelligence will be able to take control of an autonomous military and basically take over any country that does not accept my rule. So that is my 5-stage plan for taking over the world. Why am I taking over the world? I look at this country and I see all of the inefficiencies in the policy making and in the government, and even not just in this country, but in the world. There's just so much inefficiency. I feel like it would be a lot better if everybody was on the same plan. My plan. I mean, sure, I'd be controlling everything and be an evil dictator, but I feel like everything would work much better in this case. So that is my plan as a supervillain. Since we've all answered that question now, I believe it falls to me to ask a new question. So I would like to hear about what was your favorite book, TV show, or movie from the past year. Now, to clarify, it doesn't have to be something that came out in the last year, just something that you read or something that you watched in the past year. My favorite book from the past year was this web serial Worm I brought up near my first video, probably my first video. And that is the story about a teenage girl who has a superpower, and her superpower is she controls bugs, insects, spiders, anything of that sort. And she desperately wants to be a hero and do some good in the world, and she ends up joining a group of villains to try to further her goal to be a hero, and it doesn't work out so well for her. One of the reasons that I really like this story is I highly enjoy stories that are told from the point of view of a villain, and just kind of how they try to justify what it is they're doing. That's something that has always appealed to me. It's one of the reasons that I highly enjoy Death Note as well. I also thought that this particular story was very well thought out, and it had a good deal of suspense, which I enjoyed. My biggest criticism would be there is one particular part. It's a good deal into the story. It's a very long story, obviously. And this particular part, there are a few different plot lines along the way, and this one is sort of right after one plot line has ended, and they're starting to set up a new plot line, and various subplots that you kind of have to pay attention to while you're reading. And they're working on setting this all up, and then they just stop and they skip ahead 2 years. And so all of this work they've been doing, setting up new plot lines, it was just completely pointless. It wasn't even important. And so that kind of bothered me. And so that was one section that I was not a big fan of in this story. But I love to hear what stories, what books, movies TV show that you thought was the best in 2018?